Kane is in the building.
It's Rockhurst University. Let's go Hawks, yeah, that we can all agree. We in KC about to do this track. Final destination, there's no going back. Talk about this thing called photosynthesis, oxidation or reduction, can't get enough of this. We start with CO2 and add some H2O to make carbs and oxygen for the average Joe. We can't forget these things called chloroplasts. They house like reactions where energy is cast. With great power comes great responsibility. So it's on to the cycle filled by ATP. With this process, there's so much to gain. It's essential to life. To me, that's so insane. But one piece of information still remains. This process is halted without the transport chain. There's still so much to get into. Oxidation and reduction are more complex than deja. The first little part was just a general overview. Photosynthesis is deep, so bring on verses 3 and 2. Photosynthesis, the way the plants. Humans try to do it,
but we all know that they can't.
If it wasn't for the sunlight, the process wouldn't be right. But keep darkness in sight, the Calvin cycle shows its might.
It's photosynthesis.
CO2 and water, they be changing in the sitch. We know. I got some light in my stroma. Without my O2, you'll be in a coma. Chlorophyll gets light in the form of a photon. This excites the electron and allows it to move on. This process is in photosystem 1 and 2, producing NADPH out of H2O times 2. Protons are pumped to the thylakoid space, causing imbalance throughout the whole place. Protons then begin to start a little race. This is what we call ATP synthase. All of this is called the photosynthetic electron transport chain. It's all a big cycle inside the thylakoid membrane. The products from this process move on and away every single day. Yeah, it's the harvesting of light, using all that energy to make the cycle right. NADPH and ATP for the Calvin cycle, they provide the key. Photosynthesis, it's the way of the plants. Humans try to do it, but we all know that they can't. If it wasn't for the sunlight, the process wouldn't be right. But keep darkness inside where the Calvin cycle shows us might. It's photosynthesis. CO2 and water, they be changing in the sitch, we know. I got some light in my stroma. Without my O2, we'll be in a coma. The Calvin cycle starts with carboxylation. CO2 is added to a 5-carbon sugar situation. Reduction comes next in this critical stage. NADPH passes electrons. Now let's flip the page. It's photosynthesis. If we didn't have it, then we wouldn't have all this. It's photosynthesis. CO2 and oxygen are changing in the sitch, we know. I got some light in my stroma. If it wasn't for my O2, you'd be in a coma.
Alright, that's cool.